Hey everyone, give me a chance to get ready so I can see what you're seeing. Hey Ryan, how's my audio? Testing one, two, three. How's my audio out there? Good, awesome. Can't tell. What's worse, I got motorcycles in the background. Excited, finally got my Lego package after 2.5 weeks in Canada Post or something like that. Pretty sure it's from Thomas Wong. Ordered from him before. Loud and clear. Awesome. Thank you. Hi to everyone else who's joining in. So let's see what I've been holding back from you guys. Glad he reused an Amazon box. If you're building tonight, if you're building tonight, let me know what you're building. And nice used set. Very much in demand. Not easy to find in any condition. I don't collect these, but I couldn't pass up an opportunity to get that figure right there. Used with box, instructions. And let's see. That's why I got it right there. Deadpool, fully unique figure. Magneto. This is a partially unique figure. Wolverine, partially unique figure. His torso and legs are unique. I think in case of Magneto, his helmet and torso have appeared twice, but Deadpool, that's the reason to get this set. The crease in the poster. Oh, it's a poster or comic. Look at that. Seen better days. Oh, I got it mixed up there. There we go. Got a full little comic here. Cool. And of course, we want to see the figures. Well, you know what? Let's get it all out. Yes, it is the Deadpool. I will do a thorough examination later. Let's see. That's not going to come into too much focus here. Oh, look at I left the autofocus on that one. There's the back. Now there's supposed to be, let's do the check here. Lego, good sign. Good sign. Yeah, Lego, Lego, Lego. Nice. That one's got the proper stud. There's actually two versions of this set out there, and I don't know how you tell them apart. Doesn't matter about the figures, but there's Magneto. Lego. Lego. Nice. Okay. Oh, the cape is supposed to be in the manual. So I will have to... Oh, it came out of the manual. There we go. Magneto's cape. What I'm looking for... Oh, there we go. I'll have to make sure it's the right color. That's to hold his swords. Wolverine. It's got all the right markings in all the right places. You can also check the feet on the inside. A little harder to do, but... And I'm going to see if I can open a browser without killing... Ah, alright. Just because I wanted to check something. Wow, tell you, browser is brutal on system resources. Awesome. Okay, cool. And I don't think there's any visible cracks. So it's great to have this rare figure. Which brickhead did he build? Let's see here. I'm going to close that for now. Get the manual. Decent enough shape. Black Widow, nice, nice. So is he a huge Marvel fan? I got my checklist here for the parts. Excuse me. Grab me a pen. Not sure if I have any of the Marvel brickheads. So-so. He prefers Star Wars, I'm guessing. Ooh, what a great piece that is. Well, you know what? Here, we're going to shake up this camera. Ooh. Boom. Set some cups up, get the colors. Yeah, Ninjago. Hey, there's some great sets. Oh, hey, did you see the Monkey Kid series? Hey, Chris, how you doing? Yeah, thanks. I've revised it about 3 times over the years, and the most recent edition was the last summer we did the table surface using arborite for kitchen counters. I thought that was really good. It's hard with the camera lighting because it's actually very reflective. It'd be nice if it was matte. I had a choice to get matte, but matte is impossible to keep clean, whereas this is really easy. Um, got the photography lights really bright, and then I bought the IKEA shells to my side here. I'll show you some photos after. But yeah, thanks for the compliment. The setup works for me. I mean, I've seen some of you guys out there with some wicked setups. I only have so much space, and this seems to be working pretty good for me. Hoping all the pieces are here. Shouldn't be an issue. The figures are good. If there was going to be a problem, I'm sure it'd be with the figures. Once the hardware stores and Home Depot open up again, I intend to put a shelf over my head and maybe one down the side. Well, not a shelf, but a support. It'll allow me to change my lighting rig too when I do that. And that'll probably be my final change to the setup. You building anything tonight, Chris? Ooh, 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 ooh. That piece is going flying. Not yet. Hard to get started. So what slows you down in getting started? Choosing something, or you got clear space first? Took me about half an hour just to clear the space to get to where I'm at now. Well, I guess it's good to have lots of choice, right? Although, once you get too many, then it's hard to choose, Ryan, I'll tell you that. Large sets, I almost want to wait on shelf space. Yeah, no. I'm going to be breaking down some sets before I can build some really good stuff. Might be breaking down the Falcon. Ooh, good. Two swords. It's always hard to decide what to break down. All right, and some Wolverine claws. I know they go there. Everyone, make sure you say happy birthday to Diane. It's her birthday today. The Hamilton Lego Queen. She's not too fond of that term, but if you've known her long enough, that's what we call her. Let's see, put those there. Red and clear. Trans clear, some pieces underneath. You don't feel like breaking down the Falcon to make room for the smaller sets you've got? Even if the UCS sets, I'm sure they're all smaller, right? Let's put his cape on. I dread tearing the Falcon down. Yeah, it is hard to put it away because it's such a nice showpiece. But I figure the space is taking up. I'm going to be able to put 4 really nice sets. Okay, I don't know why I just put Wolverine's claws on Magneto. That just looks weird. Oh, and I tossed away the gun for Deadpool. I'll do a much closer inspection on this figure later. Make sure he's fully legit. Yeah, I've got mine on the stand too. Hey, Darius, how you doing? Just type in the chat. Hey, Ange, your cousin's on. You, Darius, your cousin Ange says hi. Darius says, good, my friend. Haven't heard from you in a while. How's the missus? Your cousin says, hi, my love. Boy, you can tell the newfies are in the house. Yeah, we miss you too. We want to have some of that Filipino chicken dinner. Play with your daughter. Oh, you're putting on weight from cooking? Who's doing the cooking? Yeah, I already saw the two swords. Uh, Probably for the best that she's doing the cooking, right? You know what? Next time you're gonna have to do the cooking when we come over. Let the ladies relax. Easier if I start here. Yeah, we definitely miss you guys. Well, this looks like it's gonna be a pretty easy set to check. Being a used set, I wasn't concerned about the innards. It's been in public. It's been in can of post for so long. Any issues on the inside, long dead, and anything on the outside, I sprayed it down the outer box. So I'm not concerned at all. Let's see, black bike frame. I'm not going to take the bike apart for the sake of counting it. Darius is promising some Newfie food once we're through this. Yay. Yeah. Now Angie's got something to look forward to. 4 of those. Oh, we're doing okay. Ange is working home 80% of the time, and I'm still going to work 100% of the time. And Tara is our little housebound slave. She cooks half our meals. She's doing great. She hasn't poisoned us yet. The ladies are actually doing a puzzle on the living room floor right now. Grandma came over at a distance the other day and did a hit and run, dropped some puzzles out on the street for them. But like everyone else, we're kind of sick and tired of being limited on what we can do. Oh, so you still get to go to work every day. That's awesome. I wasn't sure how that was working out for you. Oh, hey, Chris. Thomas Wong in Lego Collectors Canada. Dealt with him a few times. He put up this set and got it for $60. So yeah, it was a pretty good deal. Dealt with him a few times before, so I was very happy to do the deal with him. And I'm not a Marvel collector. Yeah, wow, I know, seriously. Yeah, no, it was a really good deal. Thomas, dealt with him a bunch of times. Really great guy to deal with. No real issues, and when there was, he fixed it pretty promptly. So definitely trust him. When I saw him post it, it's like, okay, I wanted the Deadpool figure. Don't care much for the Marvel stuff, but it's like, how can you pass up the set? The figure alone makes it worth it. Darius, a camp in the woods where? You bugging out? You giving up on society? You do know you're not in Newfoundland, right? If you are going to bug out, you got to watch this series on Preppers on Netflix. Hilarious. Ah, all right. Well, you too. You stay safe. Oh, Keswick is beautiful, especially if you can get close to that water. You enjoy that trip. I rode from Toronto to Keswick and back 10 years ago. Wasn't a bad trip. Trying to remember how long it took me. 3 hours each way in the sun. Hey, Chris, the boxes. I used to keep them all, and now I don't. It'll hang around for a while, but it is going to get recycled. Um, Selling them is a pain. Shipping them is a pain. Although this one might be a smart keeper, just given this. I mean, I'll build a set, display it for a bit probably, but given that I don't collect these, it might be good to keep this box and keep this as a complete set, even though it's got a beat up comic, which I wasn't even aware it was supposed to have. But as you can see, yeah, it's actually I could probably even fix that with staples. A little delicate restoration. Wouldn't be the first time I've done something like that. Okay, and I just did something bad by checking 3 when I don't see 3 in my hands. Shoo. Just scratch the 3 for now. I mean, it could be any one of the others, but I don't believe so. So yeah, we're not going to do a 3 on that until I'm sure I got the other part. It's not here, not there. It's definitely not in the baggie. Could be problematic. Oh, there's some good fishing if you make it up there, buddy. Propeller 2. All right, there's 2 of those. Sitting too high, my head's leaving the frame. Let's see. Woo. There we go. Now my chin will end up dropping out, because that's usually what happens, one or the other. One of those. 4 of these Technic bricks. So Chris, do you keep the boxes or you toss them? And that was 2 of those. Oh. Actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually I got 6. So I'm plus on that part. Okay, I see there's 2 of those wheels there. And we'll say 6 on those there. 1 of each. And 1 of those. Alright, so right now I'm short 1 black part, but it should be a common that I can replace if I had to. Yeah, I was going to keep them forever. I had them all knocked down flat for the most part, except for the big UCS ones, and now starting, as you said, divesting myself of them. They've been going bye-bye. Okay, that's 2 cups. Ooh, ding. Just a thought. Just a thought. Okay, I don't know why I just did that. I wanted to put them in another tray. So let's do this. I'll put those 2 pieces there. Oh yeah, no, it's great once you start. For me it was a closet, so getting the boxes out of that closet was great. I know a lot of people gave me grief. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It's like, oh, I did do some of that, and it was a pain. Let them go. It's cardboard. That's why I'd rather be a builder than a collector. It's more fun. $12. I need 2 of those. Two by 6. I can see my buddy has a hard time counting. There's no way this was an extra piece. The gun, I'm going to give that to Deadpool. Put his sword away. Hey, Colin. Glad you're here. Let's see, I used to keep all of mine, but needed the room. Broke them down. And even then, they take up so much. Yep. But yep, been there. Wow, I've never seen a message say see more. Oh. You know what? That monorail box, I'd keep that one. Honestly, I would keep that monorail box. Nice. Deadpool's got his gun. Honestly, the figures alone, I'm happy with this set. Everything else is bonus. Two of these plates. So since you got the monorail box, I guess you got a nice complete monorail set, right? Big plate. Clips. Three of those. Make sure I checked it off here. I could have saved some paper if I would have double-sided the printing, but I'll tell you the truth, it's annoying to me. One of those done. Dark red bricks. Not sure about complete anymore. I need to inventory and have most of it. How long was your Dark Ages? And we'll see whose was longer. Ryan's been in on most of my builds and videos. He can probably tell you how long mine was. 20 years. I do got you beat. 30 plus years. And it's all my buddy's fault who bought me 2012 TIE Fighter set. Bought it for Christmas for me, and so then I started collecting the TIE Fighters and X-Wings, and well, if you're gonna buy TIE Fighters and X-Wings, well then you might as well buy some other sets and blah blah blah. But yeah, it's my buddy Donnie Hong's fault. He did it. And so when I was probably 10 or 12, the last Lego I touched was Legoland Space, Classic Space. The station with the two moon plates and the slide rail and the ship launcher and the base. I'm actually in the market to reacquire that set, but as you know, it's really hard to get that in any kind of good condition, especially with the gold on the figures or with a working antenna that's not broken. Those 8-point antennas are notoriously bad, or the flag with the sticker still on it. Ah, you lucky guy, you got that one, eh? In good condition? I've reacquired one of my original sets. One of the smaller ones, one of the Explorers or whatever. Got that from Kevin Van Roon, I think. KVR Extras. Really good guy in the GTA to deal with in Miss Saga. Hopefully I need 17 perfect. You know what? I think it was 924, but I don't want to play with the phone or with the computer to fire it up. Pretty sure it's in my Snups archive. You could probably see a picture of it. But I'd reacquired that one, and it does look aged. But you know what? Mine would have, if I still had it, would have been aged too. Because I mean, we used to chew on the Lego and bite the pieces apart and all that nonsense, right? 7, 4 of those. Grandma gave you a puzzle minus one piece. It's not in the box. God, that's so frustrating. That's why I wouldn't buy or use the puzzle. There's just no way. I'll let Grandma know. Yeah, 924 sounds like the small ship, and I can't remember the number for the station. But yeah, I want that station. I actually missed out on eBay on a nice one. That sounds right. Yes, yeah. Look at that. Everyone's chiming in. I think that was a photo finish there. You guys on my end got it at the same time. Dark tan. Yep, 2 claws. 4 of these. Ooh, that got quieter. Even I can hear that with the cans on my head. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Thomas Wong. I'm short. There's no mistaking it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that's 7. It's minus 2. Don't know why I put them there. It's the end anyway, right? Three of those. 7 studs. One, two, three, 4. One of those. And I know there has to be 6 and there has to be 2 because they're all in the wheel pieces. Okay, we'll give it to Chris. 4 of those. And let's see, one trans. 2 clear, 2 red. Oh, Thomas. Very, very shocking. Fortunately, none of which are... So, you know, there's only 2 of those. Supposed to be 3. Let's double check. Yeah. So there's only 2. Yeah, supposed to be 3 of them. And they are absolutely not in here. Nope. And when we check in the gray, where are we? Light bluish gray, light bluish gray. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I need 9. So again, not great. Let me put them all in there for now. Eesh. Nothing hidden on that, of course. And we've got his baggie, we've got his comic, the instructions, the box, which we know is empty, because everything was in the Ziploc and it was sealed really nice. And he had nothing loose here, so yeah. Well, Thomas, you shorted me 3 parts. Now, they should be common. How quick and easy is it for me to pull them out? Let's see. Yes, these are dark, but if I got 2, I'll let it slide. We will make sure. Those are his, those are mine. All right. Well, I added 2 of mine. Nice thing about doing this on video. Fire him. It happens. And at the speed I can to post, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my headshot off. Where are we? Here. You'll still hear me. Boom. You won't see me though. This way I can stand up. And now I'm looking for a slope. If I can find the slope easy, then I won't bug him. But if I can't find the slope, then he's going to be replacing all 3 parts. That's pretty much my rule. Hopefully I don't yank anything out of the computer. Okay, that's the wrong slopes. And alright. And it looks like it's, well, it's a little older. Let's see if I can get one that's closer to the right age. All of mine are pretty, let's see, they're all, what's a polite term, chewed up. These extras I got, you know what? Here, we'll call that. Oh, you're going to get off light this time, Tom, because I'm going to pull this out of my own spare parts on the wall. Oh, where am I? Let's bring me back. There we are. But yeah, I'm going to pull that out of my own. Jeopardy. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I take it you can't paste in pictures in the chat. Probably not. You can try. I'd love to see it. Wow, mine are just my replacement piece though is like so different in age. Let's hope these don't sit right together. I may have to. Wow. I will have to probably look for another replacement. Where this one was is pretty. They're all used. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see. If I use this camera, you're probably not going to see the difference. Well, actually, you might see the dust on top. Let's see if I can get that light. No. It's never going to show right there. Wow. I'll tell you though, you definitely see the difference. His two pieces look virtually brand new, and mine, yeah, it's definitely lost some gloss. Actually, that's looks like a little oxidation. I can fix that. How are we doing here? Wow, 0 drop frames. That's got to be like a record. No luck pasting. What specifically were you trying to paste, Chris? You know what? If I can change this live. Oh boy, I hate doing this because the computer. Woo. Watch me screw this up. Okay, you should see no title now. Does that look right that it's yellow? Okay, well, we're going to try this. Oh, this might be too long. So I will have to choose what details to include or not include. 2012. Well, I think the easiest thing to do is get rid of that. And oh wow. I tell you, it's so nice to see some of those old sets. Well, I'm thinking, since everything's streaming pretty good, might as well build this thing. Since it doesn't look like I'm going to be hassling Tom for those parts, call it complete. Keep the comic over there. What do you think, Ryan? Should I build? Wasn't the intention, but look at that. Okay. Actually show Magneto on this piece. Yeah. Is that showing up? Good. I was lucky. Didn't have a lot of Legos, kid. Yeah, my dad got me into the space Lego. I probably had about 5 sets. Two of them were white space Lego with the blue, and the others were the light gray with the yellow trans parts, station, the Explorer, and like one other. But yeah, all my Legos as a kid kind of went, and whatever I had left ended up with my brother, and my sister absconded with some of it, and yeah, but it be gone. Clear. No, I got a clear piece there for the bike. There. Put the bike there. Hopefully I didn't mix too many of these together. This is the only problem I might have now is to... Ooh, there. Classic Space Sister has some castle. Wow. Hey, she's got the castle stuff. I know space is nice, but there are people who kill for that castle stuff. Okay, so since his two pieces are better than the one I'm throwing in, I'm going to use his two separated. This is how you hide the sin of parts that are aged differently. Don't put them side by side. Don't put them on the same side if you can help it. And most people wouldn't even notice. Pro tip. Of course, the more pro tip is to not have the problem. Nice sets. The go-kart, the low kart, I know I had that for sure. How we doing? I did drop a few frames, but it could have been while I was screwing with that title. From what I can tell, you guys are still seeing me fine. One brick inside. Round one. Two of those black rails, one of my favorite parts. Yeah, the nature of live streaming. But actually, the laptop is just barely sufficient for what I'm trying to do with all the cameras, and it's not an optimized setup, that's for sure. Now, those pieces should have been put in before. It's kind of dumb to put them in there. I wonder how they would redo this set in 2020. I mean, this is a 2012 set. And of course, I'm pretty sure this isn't supposed to depict any actual scene or anything. Sure, just Lego just tossed it together. Figured, hey, we're going to put three of the biggest characters in the Marvel mutant universe together. It'll sell the set on its own. Okay, there's that great piece. That thing is awesome. I had to make do with only two of my lights. I lent the third one to my wife and daughter. I left it on. Hang on a sec. Tara! Oh, she went to bed. One night, my daughter decides to go to sleep. Isn't that funny? I was convinced that part list only listed one of those. That's funny. So the parts list is slightly wrong for at least the one, because they only list this piece once. Clearly it's in there twice. So Bricklink is definitely not perfect. Ooh, hey. I always forget. Lego keeps. Well, Lego does list too, so yeah, Bricklink is wrong. I should send a submission, get it updated. I've already had offers for the Deadpool figure from those who knew I was buying it. And they couldn't believe the price I got it for. I'm all smiles. Oh, I skipped a lot of steps. Bad, bad guy. That's the thing. I'm not even a Marvel collector, and I saw it listed, and I was the first to jump. And given that I've dealt with the guy, it's like, yeah, do it, do it. Come on, be good. I remember seeing the set on store shelves. I wasn't collecting it. It's like, yeah, whatever. If I a Walmart or a Toys R Us and saw brick sets, whether it was Lego or even the Mega Blocks, didn't think anything of it. And now, like, I could kick myself knowing what they're worth. Now, had I bought this new sealed, I don't know if I would have opened it to build it. I think it would have been better to keep this one put away, especially since I'm not a Marvel collector. Had I picked this up somehow sealed, I think I probably would have left it alone, just put it away, because there would have been no burning desire to build it. It doesn't look like it's a particularly great chopper or anything. It's one of the few times I bought something just for the figures. Done it a few times with the Star Wars sets. Couldn't tell you which ones off the top of my head, but definitely bought some of them with the excuse that I like the figures, so I would buy the set. Lord knows there's plenty on here that the sets aren't that great, but the figures are pretty awesome. Like this one here. Honestly, General Grievous Combat Speeder. Like, whatever. To me, it looks like a pile of crap, but love the Grievous figure. You get a Mace Windu. And clearly, I've been in no rush to build that. I have virtually all the CMFs, including a Mr. Gold. What I do not have is three of the first 5 series I don't have, and I no longer have a complete soccer series. And I have no intention of grabbing those. Am I a fan? Ugh, you know what though? Because I have so many of them, I keep buying them. If it wasn't for Jonathan in the group, he hooks me up with a series. If he didn't make it so easy for me, I wouldn't even bother continue collecting them, because for me, uh, I'm not drawn to them. You're not building anything. You get the figures. I put them on a plate. I take some pictures. I make a video, and I put them on display for 6 months. And then when I run out of space, I'll take them away. But now that I've got so many of them, it's like I feel like it'd be foolish to stop. How's that for getting sucked into the Lego hole? Okay, this sucks because I know this stupid part is here. So annoying. Alright. Where did you go? You dirty little part. Because I know it was here. Because I saw it. And that's going to annoy me if I got to go through stairs to bring that part out. What did I just do with it? It cannot be. That is so not funny. I never lose parts, and yet I cannot explain what just happened. I mean, that soccer set. I remember when everyone was going ape shit for it. Locally, they were being sold for $12 a pack, and they were hard. They're very hard to feel for if you were trying to complete one. Oh my god, this is incredible. Oh, it's not that it's a black piece, it's a gray piece. I didn't lose it. Dum da dum dum dum. How many times has that piece been in sets? I confused it for a black one. You know what though? If you want a Mr. Gold, buy a fake one or buy the keychain and take the thing out. You'd be just as happy having it on display. Unless someone's looking down and sees the hole in the head of the keychain version. It's a fool's game to even buy one because counterfeiting is so high. Started with Series 11. Yeah, see, I started late too. I couldn't even tell you which one I started with. I bet you it was around that because I did have to go backwards. One guy in not Lego Collectors Canada, but in Lego Collectors of Canada, when I was in that group, when I used to work with Jamie Rosier. I was a mod for a very short period of time there before I walked, took my ball, and went home, cried foul. I've done that a fair bit. A lot of drama. Some of it because of me, some of it not. But yeah, someone in that group, can't remember who, hooked me up with like 4 sets, really good price. And, you know, they were in a bad spot and needed money, and I needed the sets, and it's a great way to pick up stuff. I stopped feeling bad about purchases a long time ago. I mean, I don't even know what's the Mr. Gold going for these days. I mean, it's been stupid money for a long time. People forget this stuff is, ABS plastic. 1 cent, 2 cents worth of plastic in this stuff. And this stuff is not any different than this stuff. You know, the only real reason this guy has any value is because Lego will likely never reproduce him, given what happened with the movie. And it's funny because they made the character, but it's not like the comic book character was not kind of R-rated. I mean, a lot of the stuff I remember with Deadpool, and we're talking the Marvel years when when I was collecting, because I collected the comics probably 2 or 3 years after, up until after the creation that Rob Liefeld created Deadpool for the New Mutants. I remember the Cable. You got Cable, Deadpool. And we're talking about issue 86, 87. Cable was on the last page of 86 of the New Mutants. Deadpool, I can't remember which issue he appeared in. I assume the next one. But, up until 100, where they end up killing it, renaming it X Force. I was all into that. Had my own business selling comics for a while at that time. I was. So I stopped. Um, I was actually forced to stop buying the comics. Here in Toronto, you still have Silver Snail comic book shop. Well, they are also were, probably still are, the major importer and distributor for the comics in the GTA. Um, the name is Andromeda Publications. Um, so, I mean, wow, we're going back a lot of years here. But I was buying them wholesale, and I was getting past the GST because I was not selling enough to charge it, and I did that for a couple of years, and then someone ratted me out. Actually, a comic shop I was working for, Yesterday's Heroes at the time, realized that I had built up a customer base of about 100 customers, and he basically talked to Andromeda because the way I claimed that I was running business was I was running tables. I wasn't really running tables, but I was getting everything at wholesale prices, and never really ran the tables. And I got called on it, and they basically said, okay, your next shipment is your last shipment, and then you can't come back. And it's like, what could I do? They were the only guys in town willing to sell to me in such small quantities, and I was basically run out of the business. And you'd have to look up the year, but it was. I remember that I was still getting. I still had, I think, up to issue 275 or maybe a little higher on the X Men. Big gimmick cover, if I recall, the Uncanny X Men at the time. So that gives you a ballpark idea when I was out. And then I had to turn around and figure out a way to pay off my customers because I was spending my profits before the books were coming in, and not being able to deliver on that last month's worth of shipments, actually the last 3 months worth of shipments, because some of the comics, especially Valiant and Image, and especially Image was horrible. They were never on time, and especially those early days of Image. Wildcats, Spawn, Supreme. Oh, my brain hurts just trying to remember some of that stuff. And so much of it was garbage. Dale Keown's Max, that was a beautiful book, not necessarily a well written book. Um, but yeah, that gives you an idea when I was collecting and what I was doing. But yeah, whatever year, it was probably Uncanny X-Men 275 or thereabouts. Oh my God, all the Image stuff. What a con job. The gimmick covers. I mean, it wasn't, of course, just Image, but Marvel, DC. I mean, DC, the Death of Robin storyline stuff, and, Death of Superman with the black polybag version and all the other versions. And what a con job. The whole industry pop. Ruined it all. Ruined it all. Because we all had to have. I mean, remember Jim Lee's X Men #1, beautiful fold-out cover. So you spent $5 Canadian, I think, before tax, which had the four-way fold. And then the next 4 weeks was the same comics on regular paper with those foldouts as the cover. So you end up buying 5 copies of the same stupid story. Looked great, looked beautiful. The artwork was great. Best, not best Jim Lee stuff ever, but good Jim Lee stuff. So yeah, I still got that all in here. I am a legit fan. I'm not a poser. Now I can tell you what some of my best X Men or favorite X Men stuff was. Anything that Chris Claremont wrote, I was a big fan of. So of course, as he was being weeded out of the company and squeezed out by the artists before the artists left, because the artists were taking writing duties on, which of course ruined so many books. Those very few of those artists were good storytellers, writers. Um, they told great stories with their art. Let's see. So, Uncanny X Men. I want to say the Chris Claremont writing and the John Byrne art would be the beginning of what I really fell in love with the X Men. And I love Chris Claremont's stuff, working up through it was either Mignola or Silvestri, I think. I'm trying to remember who the artist was, leading into around issue 200 of X Men, and then 200 to 230 there seemed to be the annual crossovers, which of course made 4 months of X Men horrible. They kept doing all those, mutant crossover stories for the fall. Actually, it was kind of cool. They did Fall of the Mutants, which made sense because I'm pretty sure they ran it during the fall. But then they realized, oh, well, we can do this every year. And every year they come up with this stupid crossover thing, which conned us into buying not just the other X books, whether you like them or not, but then they would splinter off and sometimes do, this ancillary, crossover with another book that had nothing to do with the mutants. But yeah, just horrible stuff. I blame Jim Shooter, editor in chief of Marvel. He was editor in chief for a long time, the Secret Wars creator, Secret Wars and Secret Wars 2. Because when he did the Secret Wars, which was a book, um, where they had all the Marvel characters blink out on the last page of their monthly books, and then I think they would go a month without their main character, and then a month later they'd all reappear in their books, and then it's like, where did they go? And you didn't know until the Secret Wars. You had to read it out. The was it 12 issues? Um, and that's when they started cluing in that, oh, this was a good marketing gimmick. I mean, because they got small bumps in sales on some of the books, the Spider Man and a few others. But honestly, the only good thing to come out of all the Secret Wars to me was the black Spider Man costume. That's it. Story was horrible. Can't say anything good about the artwork. I mean, I wasn't a fan. The Beyonder character, whatever. Secret Wars 2. Garbage. Garbage. What was so if you think we were collecting at the same time, what books were you into? And well, Venom as a character was later, but the symbiote suit, that was just cool stuff. The fact that they massaged that and developed that into its own kind of bad guy character, that was great. I think brilliant stuff. Honestly, the only good thing to come out of that. But the symbiote and how it was changing Peter Parker slowly, and to me, it was making him a more mature character. Because I tell you the truth, I was not into the Spider-Man books before the Black Suit. Sure, I had bought one or two, but it was like, uh, it just wasn't me. I liked Hulk and Avengers. Oh my God! Hey, before the mutant stuff, the Avengers, Avengers books. Dating myself here too. 100 issue run I had. Um, X Men, Avengers, Spider Man. Yeah, that's a good collection of stuff right there. But I was a big fan of the Avengers. The rotating cast of 5 or 6 characters. I remember, when the Knight, Hercules, Wonder Man, and stuff, and then later they splintered off. They had the West Coast Avengers, and then Avengers West Coast when it was rebranded. Can't remember who did that, if that was a John Byrne thing or not, but they had rebranded the secondary Avengers book, and that's when I knew it was getting ridiculous when they started doing the spin-off books. Oh my God, Iron Man, huge Iron Man fan. That was another case of me. Probably had 100 issue run, leading up to the leading up into the silver and red. I know it was a gimmick cover too, or at least a gimmick issue. It was thicker, like double size. I can't remember the issue number now. It's killing me. But the whole Tony Stark drunk storyline, oh, that stuff was great. And Rhodes was in the armor and like good stuff. Which they only vaguely touched on in the movies. I get they're limited what they can do in the movies, but Tony Stark being a drunk was like just great. Ansel Adams, Art Adams on the X Men. Um, oh, what did I like that Art Adams did? Long Shot, Long Shot. Remember that? That's some great stuff. I loved Art Adams' art. You either love him or hate him because there were a lot of people who whined and cried when he took over projects. Still got a couple of graphic novels here that I picked up from another collector when he bailed on collecting, because what he was doing was just buying the collected graphic novels, which was, probably smarter. He didn't get sucked into a lot of stuff I did. See, Chris, you did an evil thing. You somehow found a way to get me to talk about comic books. All of my comics right now are with my mom. A while ago, we had a space issue, and it was like, you know what? I'm not reading them. Gave them to her. They're sitting at her place. She's cataloged them. But since I've read virtually every issue, it's not like I'm dying to get them back. My daughter had no interest in them. Oh, you can put one of the swords in there. Okay, I will. Yeah, why do that? He's got them. Unless there's supposed to be 3 swords, we'll learn later. But yeah, Art Adams. Good stuff, good stuff. Not my favorite though. Probably still just gotta say Jim Lee. Oh, you know who I liked? Here's one for you. Jay Lee. Remember any books he did? His art changed so much over a short period of time, like over a few years. Yeah, well, that's it. Those long boxes, hold what? 250, 300 comics. That sounds like about what I got at my mom's. So I can't remember the first time I seen Jay Lee's art, but where I liked it a lot was on the Submariner series, where he looked like he was just throwing black ink like this onto the. Whoops. onto the page. His art style changed so much in a short period of time. Looking at his stuff, it didn't look like it was a copycat. So many artists at that time were copying each other. Oh, hey, Colin. I'd put up my knowledge against most people on some of that stuff, at least the stuff, I was into. Some of the first comics I bought were G.I. Joe and Marvel's Star Wars. The Marvel Star Wars stuff, I had mm, issue 50 something to where it ended in 107, which is shocking at the time that Marvel stopped producing the Star Wars comic. And it was still selling at about 60,000 copies a month, but they were feeling that was low. And they were paying a license fee to do that. So that's probably why they bailed on it. Okay, now the giant books. I did have the giant Marvel Empire Strikes Back. My grandmother bought it for me from, let's see, Byway, Toronto Dufferin Mall. How's that for memory? You can go buy if you got it. Or... really? You don't know? Well, don't worry about it for now. We'll fix it in the morning then. Well, it's probably on the other side of the chair. I imagine. Where else could it be? Because it's not on this side. Well, make sure no garbage goes out first, eh? Ah, and it's not over here. Wore that thing out reading it so many times. So, here's a story about that giant. It's probably not the only giant one I had, but it's the only one I remember. But remember Silly Putty, the little egg with the purple crap or whatever it was. I remember putting it in the on that comic, and then you lift it up and you get that reverse print of the comic. It would lift basically ink out of it. Of course, we're kids, whatever. We're stupid. But that book, though, is nowhere to be found. I don't know, it went bye-bye at some point. Actually, I think mice chewed through it or something. We had a bad mouse problem where I lived. But those giant books, and they were great. Love those. But yeah, I cried and cried, and my grandmother bought it for me to shut me up. You still looking, huh? It's driving you crazy, huh? Is it underneath the couch? Probably you guys kicked it under there. Oh, we'll dig it out tomorrow. Hmm? Oh, I know. Hey, I got a story for if we only knew. All right. So we'll switch off the comics. How's this? The hockey cards. Remember? OPG hockey. You know, we used to flick them against the wall at school, right? I had the rookie Gretzky's. What did we do? Rookie Gretzky was worth like two goalies. Two goalies were worth, four regular cards. And that was pretty much, at least here in Toronto, in the school I was in, that's when you're playing that game of knocking down the cards against the wall. Excuse me, that's how we played the game. And all of the playing cards at the time we had, all those corners were destroyed. It's like, oh, God, yeah, oh my God. And we thought nothing of it. Even those of us, I mean, okay, I'm trying to put a year on it. Grade two, grade three for me. I mean, we had some idea about rookies and stuff, but yeah, it was so bad. My dad actually got a rookie Gretzky somewhere before he passed. My mom's got it. She's sitting on it somewhere. I don't think he sold it. My dad over invested in cards like I over invested in comics. And as much as I did like the comic, you know what? The cards, sorry. As much as I liked the hockey cards, which was pretty much just OPG, um, you know what I was buying a lot of at the time? The Panini stickers, sticker books. What they cost us? 25 cents for a pack. Actually, it was probably the same as the cards, right? Dad always told stories of baseball cards. Oh, dude. Yeah, no, yeah, the bicycle spell. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, that was pretty dumb. So, um, if I recall, the way we did it was we take the baseball card and put it. We had the break. The break was about that long, and where it connects near the rear wheel, and you just stick that card in and roll it, and yeah, and the spokes. It was horrible. We destroyed so many cards. I don't know why we did that. Whoever taught us that should have been shot. How many cards died because of that? Geez, I really want us to put the swords in there. All right, I'll put the swords in there. Looks silly, but this feels so dumb putting swords on the end of the helicopter. My mom kept them all when I went away. Oh, wow. See, I had a problem. My problem was I had a brother who was 10 years younger than me, so he got a lot of my hand me downs. So he got all kinds of stuff. But he never really stole from me, except for my baseball glove. He did take that from me. But my sister was an outright thief. And she absconded with all kinds of stuff and sold it. And yeah, I'm not bitter though, can you tell? But oh my God, yeah. Okay, what am I missing here? There's so much I'm not doing. I'm so into the conversation. So I have a couple of boxes of cards, hockey, and baseball. I still have actually. My cards are still here. Just because those tray boxes, see with my hands, what, that long, this big, what, four slots? I got four or five of those sitting here. Hockey cards, baseball cards, Marvel cards, art, comic book art cards, image cards, ET cards, Dukes of Hazard cards, Battlestar Galactica cards. Trying to think what else. Lots of just craziness. Therapy will help. Yeah, Lego is definitely my therapy. It's how I don't kill people. Even though, like, my wife says, you don't build enough. It's like, yeah, I don't have to build every day to enjoy my hobby. You got too many sets? Yeah, I do. But I got, enough sets for a lifetime, right? 150, 160 sets there on the wall. Build as I please, when I please. Geez, I'm not even sure how useful this camera has been. Watch it fall over when I'm not looking. It's up to you guys to tell me if it falls over. I mean, now it's not even straight. Actually, it never was. But yeah, Lego's definitely my therapy now. But I bet you I probably bought just as many Panini stickers as I ever did trading cards when I was young. I just thought it was great. ET sticker books, the hockey sticker books. Oh, no sweat, Chris. This wasn't supposed to be a build night. That's the funny thing. This was just supposed to be me getting back online just because, this whole COVID thing. I work. So I work 4 days a week, get all my hours in the 4 days. And then I'm physically exhausted Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm just healing, recouping. And I've had not a lot of interest. And I've been procrastinating. And I set up my wife behind me. So what you're seeing here, this is green screen behind my head, big piece of material, 12 by 12 feet, separates my build station in the living room from the kitchen behind me. So behind that screen is the kitchen table, which I turned into her office since she's been able to work 4 out of 5 days at home. But I've just had no interest in getting over here. Plus, she takes my chair. I've had no interest in coming over here to do any builds. Just been chilling and watching so much TV and Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. The only thing I don't have is Crave, and I've been tempted. I'm sorry. So what's only 2/3 of us, Colin? Now I got lost in the conversation. Thief. Brown piece, tan piece. Hey, Ryan, where'd you go? Yeah. Well, doesn't take much to distract me. And good conversation. My daughter's never going to know some of that cool stuff. I mean, I'm always telling her what it was like for us to be online back then, the BBS days, downloading at, 14400 or 19200 baud, building, taking apart your own computer to add those modems in and stuff. Um, I try and show her what it's like. There's simulators and stuff. Oh, the wife's stealing the chair. Well, admittedly, I did give it to her. It's far more comfortable than the kitchen chairs. Imagine sitting in that for 8 hours a day. I don't care how comfortable your kitchen chairs are. I guarantee you don't want to sit in them for that long. And I want to buy a new office desk chair. This one's nice and all, but my cat's destroyed it. That's a whole other argument. My cat's gonna die messing with me. It's always scratching my chair. Excuse me. I actually got a mic cut off, but I'm not fast enough to hit it. So excuse me. But yeah, I do miss the old everything we grew up with was. I mean, I know all parents say that. Oh, what they grew up, what they had when they were kids was amazing. But honestly, we had it pretty good. I mean, my daughter's not. I mean, although my 15-year-old daughter, this was about 3, 4 years ago, we built her computer. I basically she built it. We went out though. I bought her all the best parts at the time and sat her down. And wow, it took us the better part of a day because it was slow. But she got that. She got to learn what it was like to build a computer. Of course, it wasn't like building a 386 because that's what I had done. I want 386. I want to say that was 97, but I can't remember now. Feels like it was 97. 386 with 2 megabytes of RAM. They don't know how good they've got it today. Cats are evil. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. They're waiting for you to not move long enough so they can eat your eyes. The one we got was actually a rescue. We got the current cat was actually a replacement for a previous cat. I make a joke that the previous cat was suicidal because I'm on the fourth floor and we came home one day and that cat somehow went off the balcony. What we figure is she was always going after the birds, so would jump up on the rail. And we had come home one day and we didn't think nothing of it for an hour or two, and then we were told, there was a humane society, blah blah blah, came to pick up a cat that was somewhere down below, and my wife comes back, a bunch of hours later, and sure enough, humane society had our cat, but our cat had a broken spine. We had to put her down. Horrible, horrible. So then, a while later, we got the one we've got now. Beautiful cat, good personality, mischievous. So 386 was 92? All right. I'll give you that. Really? 92, eh? Wow. Now I'm feeling really old. But yeah, it was 386, 2 megabytes, turboed from 25 megahertz to 33 when you hit the turbo button. And I frequently had to take the shell off to blow a big 14-inch fan into it to keep it running. Um, yeah, I miss those days. I mean, those were fun, wicked days. My buddy, same year, the next. Okay, so the 386 I didn't have when it was new tech. So the year when I had it might have not have been 92, it might have been later. My buddy had 486, 8 megs of RAM, and I want to say it turboed to 66. Probably 33 to 66. Does that make any sense? I want to say that seems to be what I got stuck in my head. So how's that for my memory? I'm doing okay. Don't let the grays fool you. I've had gray hair for a long time. Some of it since I was 24. Really? They put a prop on both sides of the chopper? Has there ever been a chopper with a prop put on the back tail on both sides? I don't know. Creative license, I guess. That just looks wrong. This is still better than any chopper I think I made as a kid. Hey, here's a memory for you. Airwolf. Airwolf and Knight Rider. Did you like them? And which one was better? This is usually good for a debate. Jan Michael Vincent. Oh, look at that. You even got the name right. String, oh, Stringfellow, Stringfellow Hawk. Is that right? Oh, I tell you, I'd pay whatever to get either as a set. Someone just posted a nice mock of the A Team van, and I go, you know what? If someone puts that in Chinese bricks, I'll buy it. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't even care if it was a ripoff. That's my childhood there. I want it. Saw more Knight Rider. I'm pretty sure I'd watched all the Airwolf and all the Knight Rider stuff. By the way, if you ever had to rewatch Knight Rider, you probably shouldn't. There's definitely good episodes, like good runs, and like the episode with Carr and a few others, but it doesn't hold up well. Not the Michael Knight stuff. And I did not like a single reboot series they did on Knight Rider. Not one. Not Knight Rider 2000, not Team Up one, none of that stuff. Yeah, yeah. A Team, loved A Team, loved Airwolf. Airwolf got a little dark, but they had a hard time keeping Jan Michael Vincent on payroll for the series. He was one of those actors that really couldn't give a crap about acting. He really didn't want to be there. Didn't matter how successful the show was. It's like then he of course thought he was better than he was. That's always a problem with actors. I did rewatch the Knight Rider series, so I'd love to rewatch Airwolf, but I don't know anyone who's got it, and even if I wanted to go torrents, I don't think anyone's had a good copy of it. I would probably buy it and just be done with it. Not that I want to buy any TV shows or anything. I went from having a media server with 8 hard drives. I don't know. Before it died, the biggest hard drives were 2 gigs each. I know they're much bigger now, but I had 8 hard drives in there using an add-in card, and that beast ran for years. I had a Lee and Lee PC case that was like 3 feet high up to my hip, and you could stand on that case. WKRP in Cincinnati. No, that show. Oh my God, Herb Tarlick, Jennifer, which was what Lonnie Anderson. God, what big hair she had. Les Nessman. Oh, the DJ. Why I can't remember the DJ. I can't remember either DJ. The white guy or the black guy. I can't remember their names. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel so bad. Love that show. Best episode WKRP. You tell me yours, and I'll bet you it's going to be the same. Because almost everyone I know, Andy Travis, with the turkeys. Everyone says that. What's Herb say? As God is my witness, I swear to God, I thought turkeys could fly. That that is the best line in the entire series. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Ooh, that's a nice canopy piece. Easy in, easy out for the figures. That's a good solution. I like that. The phone cops. As God is witness, I thought they. Yeah, I think we got about a 30-second delay between my broadcast and what you guys are feeding back to me. I tell you, that is the best. And they don't write stuff like that anymore. I'm not romanticizing it either. I'm convinced I'm not. It's just not as stuff's not as good. Just no way. Venus flytrap and Dr. Johnny Fever. Oh my! Now see, now that you say it, I remember. But it's like, yeah, wow. I feel so bad. I drew a total blank on those. There was a good episode on, I think, racism and how it affected Flytrap. The Atom episode. Now I'm drawing another blank. The Atom episode, I'm drawing a blank. Okay, this chopper is weird looking. Okay, we already got our wheels on. And again, I'm skipping steps. Wow. Yeah, you got. Oh, good lord, did I miss? Look at this. I can see what I got to do, but I didn't do it. I missed it early on. Wow. I am so bad. Venus was previously a teacher before becoming a DJ. Teaches gang members about the atom to pass this to. Okay. Okay. Oh. You know what, though? It's vague. It doesn't hold a prominent place in my memory. But I definitely watched it all. I could probably even tell you the time I watched it. WKRP. No, I can't remember what time or even what day it was on in Toronto. Some stuff I can tell you exactly when I used to watch it. Knight Rider was probably 9 o'clock at night on Friday. Airwolf was, I think, 10 o'clock at night on Friday. Which also explains how it was a little bit darker. Alright, so we caught up with that missing part. Wow. I guess the good news is I caught it. And haven't missed a frame since. So it was only when I was screwing around. Good stuff. Internet's holding up. All right, this one will test your ages. Archie Bunker. What did you think of it? And could they do that series today? I have very fond memories of it. But as an adult, I also understand so much of what was done on that show that just what was said stuff would not fly today. It's like, yeah, no way, right? Yeah. On cable for sure, it'd be okay. But yeah, on national TV like it was, there's just no way they'd get away with that stuff today. Spin off? Oh, which spin offs? I'm going to feel real dumb in about 30 seconds. I can see this coming. If you're going to say Samson and Son, okay. Love that show. Probably didn't understand everything I saw. Jeff, okay, the Jeffersons, yep, moving on up, and they were living in that apartment building, that tower, condo tower. They had the one white guy married to the black lady, the only white guy on the show. The housekeeper, she was amazing on that show. She was the reason to watch that show. Not that Mr. Jefferson wasn't. I mean, clearly he was great. The wife, whatever. Archie Bunker's Place. That was the. So does that count as a spinoff? The bar? That's because that was when he had the bar, right? I can't remember what his original job was in the original series. Now I'm feeling old. I mean, I remember seeing him come home every night. He put the hat, had the hat on, took the hat off. He had a lunch bag, but I couldn't remember what his job was, what he went to work doing every day. Slight oxidation on these pieces. You could see where, well, probably not sun, but definitely exposure. But that's okay. They're not bad. They are not bad. I'll clean that up later. Come on, which one of you guys is going to educate me and remind me of what he did for a living? Can't remember. I do pride myself on remembering obscure pop culture TV details. Here's a question for you. First video game console. And if you guys say computer, that's cool too, but you gotta tell me about your computer. First video game console. What did you have? Ideally hooked up to a TV, but if it wasn't, not gonna judge you for it. Oh, you had the ColecoVision. Nice. Actually, it wasn't the first, but was the first I enjoyed. First was Pong, Tandy, Radio Shack, Tandy brand, orange unit, silver chrome top. Oh, and television. Oh, now we know who had the money. I only knew one kid growing up who had television, and that was the rich kid in the school. Great system. Great system. But yeah, no, I had Atari 2600. My dad came home one day with 40 games. And that summer, me, my mom, and my dad, we played the hell out of that system. We had to learn how to replace the white controller stick, the white stick inside the Atari joystick. And we got so familiar with Atari support that they told us where to go to get replacement parts, because it turns out that the Atari was made from largely off the shelf parts. So in Toronto, there was an electronics surplus type store down near the CNE exhibition that I would go down to about once a month, because we're going through the controller stick about once a month. That's how much we play the hell out of that one button controller. No, seriously, had 40. Had at least 16 Activision games alone. Plaque Attack, River Raid, the one with the pigs, you're shooting the pigs, Breakout, Pitfall. I probably said Pitfall, but anyway, had so much of the first party ones. Of course, you have Combat with the Atari, Pac-Man. Oh, of course, E.T., the one that ruined it for Atari. 6 screens of Doom, I called that game. That was just horrible. Defender. I played Defender on the Atari 2600 so long, and when you beat each wave, you get an extra man or whatever, right? Extra life. That one I just, after playing for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever, was some crazy amount of time, not dying. I was so good at it that when I decided I would just keep crashing to kill all my men and get the points from that, that took 2 or 3 hours to just die. Favorite Atari 2600 game would probably, I'd have to say River Raid, because that's one that my mom, my dad, and me all played religiously. And that game got progressively harder and faster, and it was so stressful. Crash into the side. That's where I'm pretty sure we destroyed most of our controllers. Excuse me. I see that one piece. Now I gotta go back and see, was that used or not? Because look what I'm left with, guys. If I put this piece on like I'm supposed to, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to put a stud there. Okay. Okay, I got a clear stud there. What am I supposed to have there? Should be a gray stud. One for there. But what's even more funny is the Archie was a foreman at the loading dock and part-time cabbie. Cabbie, see, that was stuck in my head. And I didn't want to say anything. The foreman thing I completely forgot, but cabbie, that was stuck in my head somewhere. Okay, so this is funny. So according to Bricklink, these were supposed to be there. Based on the build, they're not there. And unless I put a stud somewhere wrong, I am short a gray stud. But that is a easy fix, maybe. All right, who's going to play the Jeopardy music? Boom. Jeopardy music. Da 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 da. I can't remember Jeopardy music. Just one gray stud. And you would think with how many extras we always get, but I don't build with them often. No, not the ones with the holes in them. See, that's what I got handy. How about an extra parts room? And what I call the spares. There. Good. Solid stud. Because I'm not looking for that one stupid piece right now. So you know what? I'm not chasing long down for any parts for sure now. Because look, that slope that I pulled from spares, then need these two parts. Well, whichever two parts. It's two parts. Don't need. There's the top. Google for the win. Yeah, well, that's it. See, I'm not pulling up Google. Ooh. Clear stud. I'll put that in there. Extra box. So we got chopper. Really cool. Deadpool. Is that like supposed to be a sewer cover or something? Like Magneto would be floating around on it. I don't know. I'm sure the kids at the time would have thought this would be a great set. Airwolf, it is not. Boy, they didn't even fill this in. They cheaped out on parts. Well, I had no intention of building, but we were having such a good time talking. Turned it into a build session. I'm just going to move it out so the lights above aren't too reflective. Because I moved this light off center, which is now creating flashback. Oh, I got to bring me back. There we go. I'm back. This has been awesome, guys. I think the swords sides because I don't think Deadpool. Yeah, it's probably it's probably what it is, just meant as holders or something, which is good. And actually, swords are great. Usually, when you get sets with a figure with swords, the swords are always the first things that are garbage. They get bent all cockeyed. And I'll tell you the truth, they don't even look like they've been even in that holster before I put them in there. Oh, thank you guys. You all made it pretty enjoyable. I don't know if I'm building tomorrow, but I'm going to be back in the swing of things building once, maybe twice a week. I do the builds generally online. Keep an eye out for it. Tomorrow I'll definitely have a video up with, I got to review this guy that I built a while ago. And I've yet to put the video up. Master Chief. But yeah, this was good times. I appreciate it. Well, I hope you guys join me next time. This is Richard Martin, All Bricks Count. Gonna sign off. And if Ryan catches up, have a good night, buddy. And we are out. If I can find my exits.